What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today we have a really special guest in the place. Listen, you've heard this sound come out from the late 90s, and you heard them till about a bit in the early 2000s. They had some of the baddest songs and dub plates you could think about, and they are representing Montego Bay. You know, we have in the building today, we have BAD RAS from Jah Creation in the building today. What's going on, big boss?
Yes, but General, give thanks to the air, man. Give thanks to the present. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. BAD RAS from Jah Creation Sound System represent my General. Give thanks to have me on this platform, Big up all of the listeners, them, and everybody who contribute towards the music over the years. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here, my brother.
Definitely, because Jah Creation is one of those songs. They had a short run, but the run was crazy, and a lot of people always ask, "Whatever happened to that song?" So today we're going to get a chance to figure out what happened to the song, how the song came about, and all of the killing, the juggling, everything that was happening from Montego Bay right across Jamaica. So today we are going to get into that with you, right, BAD RAS?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Definitely, my General.
Big up. All right. So first question for you is, where did you grow up in Jamaica, and what type of child were you?
Well, I was actually I born and grew in Westmoreland. You know what I mean? Westmoreland, Jamaica, Petersfield. Just few, maybe an hour out of Salvamar. You know what I mean? And growing up, I was gonna, I was a problem child. But when I say problem child, you don't know already. That's why you kind of even surprised we get bigger and take on the name BAD RAS. You know what I mean? Well, that said it all. I was a problem child, you know what I mean? A runaway child, that's the yard, you know what I mean? Out there at all times. As the break,
100%. And even in the
Yeah.
area now, when did you start to notice music? Was it when you were in school, in the neighborhood? When do you really start to realize music was something you liked?
Well, when I was actually about 9 to 10 years old, I realized that this is a part of me. I like the music, you know what I mean? Because I first started out singing and singing and DJing because I had a cousin which was an artist at that time. He still is, you know what I mean? And I always like look up to him, and he inspired me a lot. So I mean, I always wanted like to be an artist, you know what I mean? That was like my part of the music where I do really want to, be a international artist, you know what I mean? Yeah, but in that same little time, I realized that I love playing the music too. So we used to have a little sound system back in the days in the village with a Rasta man own it and thing. And I used to go there like every day and check him. I would play the sound and I lift up needles and these things. And so it kind of inspire me. So I'm like, maybe this is the thing that I'm supposed to be doing, like playing sound system. But I mean, so the Rasta man always like telling me like you love it and you can see the effort that me I put into it because like as the break me today, you know what I mean? So him always tell me like him always show me how to lift up a eagle and how to change a record and all of these things, you know what I mean? But him always tell me, him say like if you want to learn how to be a good selector, you have to go school. You know what I mean? And school wasn't even a part of my thing, like, you know what I mean? Because when you grew up in the ghetto and a whole heap of brothers and sisters and but my always tell me like you have to learn how to read if you want to play music, man. You know what I mean? So him give me that motivation and like, yo, if you don't go to school tomorrow, you can't come play the sound system. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. So me like to tell my grandmother like, Mom, grandma, I want to go to school tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because if I don't go to school, the rest of them not allow me to play the sound system. You know what I mean? So from about 9 to 10 years old, I realized like, I have a talent. And the people them in the village always tell me like, yo, you're very talented, and you know what I mean. And I did have good people around me at that time that push me and say, yo, this is it, you know what I mean? Yeah, brother.
That's it right there. So even thing there. So then now you started to, even in school, were you singing when you were in school and all of that stuff there too? Because remember, the
Yeah,
rest of man,
man.
oh, you go to school. So you're singing now in
Yeah,
school
yeah,
too.
yeah. We're singing in school, knocking bench in school, and on the break we're down the back of the school. We are singing, you know what I mean, and it was couple of us who really love the music and thing, you know what I mean. So yeah, definitely, I used to do that in school, and sometimes like when grandma can't find lunch money and thing, we sing and we sing to. Cause where I grew up, it's called Roaring River. You know what I mean? So we used to sing for the tourists, them and these things. You know what I mean? So they pay us to sing, so we get money from them to go to school and these things. And so the music is the thing that really like it. It always inspired me to you know what I mean, to sing and to, you know what I mean, to play sound system. But yeah, man, definitely. I used to sing in school. Yeah, man, we used to not bench in school, man. Yeah, say, man. Yeah, man.
And even
Yeah, me
singing, how far did you actually take singing before you started to actually get into playing song?
well, to be honest, when I start playing the sound system, I forgot about singing in general. You know, I didn't
Mhm,
like take it up like that. You know what I'm saying? I just put that aside and say, no, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm playing sound
mhm,
system. And I mean, so I never really like, you know, until a couple of years ago when I meet up with my brother. But I will tell you more about that in the interview, you know? Yeah.
mhm. So it wasn't thing there. So did you record any songs back then or anything, or it didn't go that far?
No, actually, I remember one time when the only time I record a song is like the second time that I played against Stone Love. I did a dub plate for the sound system for Jah Creation, but that was about it. You know, I would like, you know what I mean, never really record any song by them time, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Mhm. So song, no. So then after you said, okay, so was it the Rastaman song you started playing, or was it a different song you started playing at that time there when you started to go into sound business now?
Yeah, it was a Rastaman sound, you know, him have a sound named Black Roots International. You know what I mean? Junglist, them call him rest in peace. You know what I mean? That brother, like, him teach me all what I need to know and what I taught myself, but the basic, you know what I mean, about sound system and the love of it and lifting up the box and all of these things. And we have to, you know, him teach me all of these things, you know what I mean? So he's a brother where, you know, like me, even to this day, to what I accomplished in sound business, you know, if it was not for him, brother, I would no one even know that there was a BAD RAS. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, definitely me G.
And what was your name on the song at that time there?
Kevin Culture, you know. My full my right name, my real name is Kevin. You know what I mean? But not even the world know about that. And that's like it's an, you know, me I release it right. That not even here in Costa Rica, people know that my name Kevin. You know what I mean? So I said Kevin Culture. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
And it kind of funny though, because I remember the reason why the name changed is there was a brethren that keep a dance in the village. You know what I mean? That was like 1997 or 1996, them times. You know what I mean? In book a sound out of Montego Bay named Vibration. You saying? Bad sound with a look you would play it named Ronkus. You see me, I
mhm,
say, bad sound. So the sound forward in the village, and me, I tell you, say, bro, from the youth forward, and me see the sound, and he might tell me, say, a theme sound. That time, he could have been like 21, you know what I mean? The owner for the sound, like 21, and him own it, and him play it, you know what I mean? And me, like, you know, when me see the sound, me, I say, yo, sound, your liquor, I need 2 column, bro, but me, I tell you, neat and bad. You see what I'm saying?
mhm,
So I remember one time, they keep on bringing him because after that, you know, like, you know, when you have a bad sound, them just keep bringing him. It's just like every month him come, you know what I mean? Every month this sound come.
mhm,
So every time him forward, me and him, you know, me try to be him friend, me try to be the youth, me bring him at the river and go cut the cane them fee, man, get him some mango and, you know what I mean? Come, you know, I work my way up to the microphone. So I said, you know, him used to give me the microphone and thing and say, yo, your body now, yo, what your name, man? Me I say, yo, Kevin Culture, man, and thing, you know what I mean? So
mhm.
even that you Runcus, rest in peace, in the year that him died, which you know kind of break my heart away still, cause them youth there, and them man they kind of put me on the big market. You know what I mean? When because this is what happened is at 2007, I had a competition with the Rastaman sound that I used to play called, you know, Black Roots International, but it was a splash with another sound. Now the other youth that played the other sound is my god brother, and we get into an argument like I played. I don't know. I don't even remember who sing the song. The song say, "And if a pussy wanna like me, so your mother." You know that song? You remember?
Yeah,
You
man,
don't
that's
remember who sing that song?
Baby Sham, Dave Kelly. Then.
Yeah, that's an old song. You know what I'm saying? So I remember in the Splash, me I play Black Roots International. The youth I played the other song. I remember the name was. And this is what really motivated me to be a bad selector. Seeing?
Mhm,
So within the Splash and me jump a song there and the place mash up and you know what I mean? And the youth like he never liked the forward that me get from that song and the intro that I made for that song. So him come over and him start go on with himself and him pull out one of them Cuban, like a Cuban machete. You know what I mean? And the man like whop off on my neck 2 times, and cause him get like very violent, cause the way how the song hit him, and you know, and them times like you can't just tell a man for sucking mother without look out for your gunshot or a box or a buckler or something. You know what I mean? People take them thing that personal. You know what I mean? So tell him that him get very violent, and him pull out a machete, bro, and the man chop off on my head 2 times, and me move and joke off on my neck, so, and they put up my hand and thing. You can see, like, even right now, you could see the scratch in my hand. Like the machete goes straight to my arm, to my hand and thing. You know what I mean? So, like the following day after, when I was I was home, and this happened in my village, in my community where I grew up. So everybody like coming and look for me in the morning, and I say, yo, youth, you know, them time I was like very young, and I'm like, youth, you know, so you're bad youth. Because at the end of the day, if you play one song and this man want to kill you for the song where you play, that means that there's something about you, your body no youth, you know what I mean? So, and then my little brother came to me and told me like, yo, Kevin, yo, guess what I go on? You're too bad, you know. You can't stay at Westmoreland. You have to go maybe you go look at someone to play. Because see the man stab you because you play a song. And you know what I mean? So I think you should go to Montego Bay, move with mommy, try to get a sound over there to play. And I'm like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, all right, that song good enough, look, bro. You see me, I say? And I packed up B, and I go to Montego Bay, brother. And I went to Granville, you know, St. James. That's where my mother live. Then at Granville, and I heard like them say, yo, tonight there's a dance here with a sound named Vibration. See? You remember I told you about Vibration, right? And my mother's like, yeah, them playing down the road and rare, and I'm like, Vibration? So me I say, wonder if it's the same Vibration. You know, me ask around, I'm like, yo, is this the youth that played that song named Runkus? And then man, my brother like, yeah, man, Runkus, man, just see a body youth. And I say, yo, me know you, me know that youth, you know, them youth, them used to forward out the village, come play the song and rare and Tete, and, you know, me really want to go see the show, the dancer tonight, and go around there, brother, when the youth see me. And he never recognized me at the time because I was like 5 years after you. I haven't seen each other. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I walk up to him, and I'm like, yo, bro, what go on? You remember me? Kevin Culture, man, from Roaring River, man, Petersfield, man, and thing. And him I say, the little youth will always come around the sound and I beg me if you play it. Me I say, yeah, man, and me said what, man. I say, John, no dog, you grew up and thing. And I say, so what you doing up here? And I say, yeah, you know, my mother live right over there, son. You know, me, you say, yeah, I play yesterday tonight, and I want forward, and, you know, as usual, he just give me the microphone and, you know, give me a little introduction, and general say, yeah, but forward, but you see me? I tell him, G, me forward, brother, and the youth give me the MIC, brother, and I tell him, me shell down the place as a little youth. You see me? As a little youth. And I said to me, he said, like, yo, what your name? I say, Kevin Culture. And he said it on the microphone too, bro, like, to all the people, and the people them I say, nah, man, like him I said to the people, like, I name them not fit him, because I'm a Rasta, you know, me, I'm a little dreads, them a drop down and thing, you know what I mean? Said he must said to me, like, yo, no, man, you know, say, I name them not fit you. A bad Ras name. Just like that, bro. He said, yo, a bad Ras your name. Your name, Bad Ras from tonight. I say, Bad Ras? I say, sound good, man. I say, yeah, but a Bad Ras video, man. You see me? Bro. This dude started to take me all over Montego Bay, man, like in the baddest place, them like in Glendevon, and, you know, the bad place them in Montego Bay, because I'm from Westmoreland, bro. You know what I'm saying? The man bring me everywhere, bro, go play the sound, B. And I was playing that song for like 6 months, and then they had a dance with Pure Playaz. I don't even know what Pure Playaz.
Of course, you know, Pure Playaz. They were doing a lot of stuff when it came to the dancehall queen competition and those stuff there. That's what Pure Playaz was doing a lot of. Yeah, man. Of course.
Yeah. So Pure Playaz, and I don't remember what year it was though, but I know Pure Playaz and Vibration had a party. You know what I mean? And when I see Pure Playaz, you know what I mean? Because big good player, rest in peace, my general, him live at Granville, Sedway, like where we live. You know what I mean? So when we see him, Dexter Pepper, you know them youth them. You know what I mean? So me and them youth them are bridging Dexter Pepper, and you know what I mean? So Dexter Pepper kind of introduced me to big good player. You see me? So when I saw that sound the other night, the night when we go at the party with Vibration, Mrs. says a bigger sound, them have 3 column, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, this is the song I supposed to be playing. So I said, yeah. So I talked to Vibration. I'm like, yo, Runkus, with all respect, bro. Me feel like more want to play Pure Playaz, He must say to me, say,
Mhm.
you want to play that song? I'm like, yeah, man, why not? And he said, go and ask about it. Because the determination, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
determined. Like, I'm not, my little brother told me, like, yo, bro, you're bad. Remember that in your head. Remember, at all times, I remember what my little brother tell me, like, remember, you're bad, youth. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So my destination is not vibration, blood. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying?
That was a
Bigger than
step
that.
up from Black Roots. So it was Black Roots to Vibration.
Yeah, to vibration. And then I see Big Ed, this is the owner of Pure Playaz, and I talk to him. I tell him, yo, Mr. Little Selector youth from the Westmoreland, and I live up here, and I would like to play Pure Playaz. And him said to me, yeah, you play a song? I said, yeah, man. And he said, all right, listen, we're having a party at Pier 1. I don't remember which part it was. If it was Dancehall Queen, I don't remember which one it was. Because, he do different one, you know what I mean? But I think it was one of them. So I went over there early, like as the sound a pack out. Actually, I was there before the sound reached. You know what I mean? And then he introduced me to DJ Chris and this youth, this bad selector, Sean Kentucky. Introduced me to Sean Kentucky, DJ Chris, Fox, that they're on a song named Lexus Supreme, and Bigger Player. And him telling the youth them like, yo, this is the youth now who I go do the early one on the sound. And I get into Pure Playaz, bro. You see what I'm saying? But being into Pure Playaz was it was not easy because, as I said, Sean Kentucky is there. You know what I'm saying? DJ Chris is there, Bigger Players there, and all of them did it before me. So you don't know me have to work my way up. You know what I'm saying, my general? Seeing? So like I would not they no disrespect to the man them still, but them times the man them not give me the song to play, bro. The man them, because the man them see the determination in my eye, bro. You see what I'm saying? They see that me determined as a youth. You know what I mean? So them never give me the sound to play. If Big play and reach a dance, me can't play the sound, bro. Because Big play a fat, So you see, them man them fat like sky juice, So when the man them forward in and burn all 2 hours, them man they get tired quick, I say, go take a rest. Them man them burn all 2 hours, them man they come like 6, 7, 8 hours, then do you want it tired. You see me? So like every time on his break, he will call me like, yo, BAD RAS forward, 20 minutes. Yo, you have 20 minutes to mash up the place. You know what I mean? So he keep motivating me like that, Bigger Player. And like every time that he, I always pray for Bigger Player to reach at the party, because if Bigger don't reach, me not, Kentucky not giving me the song. No disrespect to the man, but the truth is the truth. Me have to talk the truth. You know what I mean? DJ Chris them not giving me the song to play because them are the man at the sound system.
Pure
Them are the
Players.
youth. Them are the genre. Yeah. So it was Pure Playaz. You know what I mean? And
so you got to play players as a Rasta them time. Even before we go, I'm gonna keep Pure Players in mind. Rasta, how come you decided to Rasta at such a young age in the first place?
Yeah, exactly. This is what happened is I grew up into actually my mom is a Rasta. Seeing my mother have land dreads, she's Rasta. I grew up in the Nyabingi. My daddy also is a Rasta. All of my brothers are Rastas. My only sister is Rasta. My auntie are Rasta. So I grew up in a Rasta house. I always been a Rasta. So I say, from your little youth. So I say, we don't have no meat, we don't drink no alcohol. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what's up, bro.
So as Rasta from time. Okay, bam. On Pure Players now, do you remember any big nights you're either juggling? Because Pure Players wasn't really clashing. They were more of a party juggling song at that time. You remember any big night that you actually got to play on Pure Players?
Man, this is right now. You just asked me a goal question, brother. See, and I'm gonna answer this question because this is the night that really make BAD RAS BAD RAS. You know what I'm saying? So there was a night where we have an event in Ochi Rios. I think it was in Ochi. It was someplace, man, but I don't remember where it was. I think it was Fort Current Beach. Yeah, Fort Current Beach. It was Tony Matterhorn, Jah Creation, and Pure Playaz. Seen? But Jah Creation was not booked for the event. They only were booked to give for the system, you know, for Matterhorn to play on Jah Creation. You see what I'm saying? So when I went to that event, I saw this sound, bro. Pretty, bro, with pure Rasta colors from the day I went on the truck, you know, and Pure Playaz truck, you know what I mean? Because, you know, me, I'm no big selector, me, I'm no star selector. Me lift the box them and these things them, blood. You know what I'm saying? So whenever the truck will leave, me have to leave, you know? So we pull up. I saw the sound system, brother, pretty, all crown, everything just pretty, some Rasta color, red, ice, green, and gold flag, a wave all over the place, and some Rasta man them over there, so I thing. And I see the sound, and I'm like, where is this sound come from? Because I never hear about this sound before. So I walk over, that will show you how the type of youth me is. Me's a youth, you know, me very intelligent youth, you know what I mean? Me walk over to the first Rasta man that me see, and me ask him like, yo, where's this sound? Where it come from? I never see this sound before. I never hear about it before. He said, this sound come from Montego Bay. I'm like, Montego Bay? I'm like, then a Montego Bay me come from to, bro? Oh, yeah, I said, which part about Montego Bay? And him tell me a place like in the bushes, bro. I don't even know where that shit is. You know what I'm saying? and I'm like, yo, what's the name of the sound? He said, Jah Creation. And I'm like, Jah Creation. Wow. I think this is it, bro. I think this is it. This is my destination, blood. You know what I'm saying? So I said to him, who owned the sound? He said, he didn't even want to, all of them niggas, them afraid of the boss. They didn't even want to pint. They didn't even want to look. You know them type of man the way you're like, the man, them scared of the man, like, they didn't even want to look over there and say, yo, him not the boss. Like, him that just quick look and like, see him that's the one, you know? I'm like, yo, the man sit down on the chair. He's like, yeah, man, that is the boss, you know? I went over, man, and I'm like, yo, come here, Rasta, you know. You see? Me go over. I listen last year, you know, them time there's, you know, Jew, Rastafari, you know, King of the laws of law, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. I go here, you know what I mean? Give him a bless day, you know what I mean? Make him say, yo, man, a Rasta, you see me? I say, I'm like, yo, boss, man, blessed love and manners, with all respect. I love your sound system. It's clean and nice. And the Rasta you tell me, say, come from Montego Bay. I'm gonna like to be a part of your team, Rasta. The man just look up on me and like, how this a dirty foot Rasta boy? I can't tell me where you want to play my sound. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know what I mean? You just see my sound clean and look at your foot, them dirty youths. You see me? So, he said, who send you to me? I said, I Rasta you, they send me to you. He said, go back to him. So I said, go back to him. He said, yeah, go back to him. So me turn up and I look upon him and thing, and he said to me, but he said it's 3 times. He said, go back to him. So me go back to the youth. The youth said, why him say? He said, me say, come back to you, brother. That the man said, that's all 3 words the man said. He said, go back to him. That's all the man said, brother. And the youth said to me, say, all right, once him send you back to me, he will give you an opportunity. Saying, that is I spy. Saying, so the youth said to me, say, what you do? Me say, me talk the microphone. Him say, talk the microphone. Him say, yeah. Him say, okay, cool. Him say, you working tonight? I said, him say, you know what? To be honest, me not sure if me working tonight, because if B go no forward, the man them nah give me a player for the sound that a Pure Playaz. So if B go forward, I may work tonight, and you can see what I do. You know what I mean? All right. Me did a prayer in my general. If B go forward in my general. It was a day event in my general. You see, when me like 2 hours after, Big go pull up my general. Me say, yes, Father God, this is it. See, come in with him big self, I drink one whole Red Bull and burn off him 2 hours, and then he tired. He call me, yo, BAD RAS, forward. You see me? And yo, Kentucky there, man, and yeah, none of them never really like the vibes and thing, but it is, you know, I'm not saying that they're fighting against me or nothing like that, but you don't know the new kid on the block, and me I get introduced by the big man himself, Beagle, because Beagle are the big man around the sound. All of us is when Beagle they are Beagle the boss. You see me?
Yeah.
Bro, man, I tell you the truth, man, and give me the microphone, bro, me shell down the place. Saying as I look at you, because you know I'm the youngest one around Pure Playaz, you know, Rasta. I mean, the only Rasta youth, you know. So you see that impact, you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Only Rasta youth, bro. You know what I mean? Shell down the place, wicked. Bigo, introduce me. Nice. All right. Now the morning dance done. We pack up the sound them. And I see the youth come to me. The same Rasta youth fingers come to me and say, "BAD RAS." Well, he didn't say BAD RAS, he said, "Rasta, I Spy is asking if you have any phone number." And I'm like, you know, I remember I just turned 18. I think I just turned 18 at the time. I was about to turn 18 at the time. You know what I mean? And I remember that my mother actually just got a phone, you know, them house phone thing, you know, and she gave me a number, said if any emergency I could call her because, you know, I'm going to a different parish. So I gave the man the number and the man said, "All right, cool, I will call you." Brother, after that party, that was 2008, right?
98.
2000. I'm sorry. Yeah, 98, man. I'm sorry. 98. Yeah, thank you for your correction. 98, right? That was 98, right? And we went back to Montego Bay and Pure Playaz sound. Them stopping in Montego Bay in a Sunshine Square. I remember Big Ed gave me $200, bro, for the whole night. $200, my general. That's what he paid me, my general. $200. Sight? $200, man. Like, I hold them both in my hands, man. One in this one and one in this one. And I said, "You what? Go your mother, me nah come back." You see me, I say? Because I have it already planned out. I know Jah Creation are gonna call me, bro. I'm 100% they're gonna call me. You see what I'm saying, blood? Right? No, them trying to be me now, no proper shoes, no proper clothes, nothing, bro. You know, man, a Rasta man grew up poor, you know what I mean? Nothing me not have, bro. The man give me $200, B. I can't forget that. All right, boom. Wait for the bus, take me up to Granville. Reach home, my mother is asking me, "How was the party last night? How much did they pay you?" I said, "Mommy, they only give me $200, man." My mom was like, "$200? That's all them give to you?" And bro, to be honest, like 2 days after, then my mother was outside. We were sitting because I never hear this phone ring before. We just got it. We just got the phone, right? Yeah. So me and my mama outside, we're talking, and my other brothers and sisters, we're talking, and I hear something going off like a sound, like, you know, like you know, but I never hear a phone ring before. I'm from the country, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I never see a goddamn phone in my life. You know what I mean? So you hear the phone ring, bro, and my mother was like, she never hear the phone ring because this is the first time we ever got a phone. She's like, "What the hell is that?" I said, like, "Mommy, you sound like the phone ring." She said, "Go and go pick it up." So I went in. I can't remember. I can't forget. I picked up the phone. The part where to put on my mouth is at my ears, and I'm like, "Hello, hello, hello, hello," but I'm not hearing nobody, blood. You know what I mean? Because I picked the phone up wrong, and I'm saying, I'm like, "Hello, hello, 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 hello." I'm not hearing nobody, and something say to me, "Turn it around." So I turn it around, and I'm like, "Hello," and I hear "BAD RAS," and I'm like, "Yeah, man." I say, "Yo, fingers." I say, "Fingers." "Yeah, man, Jah Creation, man. Where you there?" I say, "Granville." Him say, "Granville, you there?" He said, "Me live at Granville too." Him say, "Yo, I Spy gave me something to give to you. Where you there?" I'm like, "Word?" Man, pull up. B, I swear to Jaja, the man give me $5,000, bro. Remember, I just get $200 from Pure Playaz like 2 days ago. The Rasta give me $5,000, bro. $5,000. That's like a lot of money, man. Come on, man. 1998, $5,000. Come on, blood. See? Give me $5,000. Yo, I Spy said to give you this. We have a party next week, and you want, because me tell you my foot them dirty, right? Me never have on no shoes. Don't me tell you? Yeah? When me see I Spy, right? The man said, I Spy said, go and get yourself some clean clothes. Go get some shoes. Set up yourself. And them are going to send a car for you. Yo, my VIP life just start, bro. My VIP life just started, my general. He said they're sending a car for you. Go and shop. And I went to shop for me and my mother, bro. I make sure me get my mother something out of that too. You know what I mean? Set up myself,
Sure.
get me thing nice up, and you know what I'm saying? So it was the
Mhm.
weekend. It was 3 days after. Boom, B. Fucking Benz pull up on me on my mother's house, man, John. You know what I'm saying? Benz, bro. I'm like, what if they stop at the wrong gate or something? You know what I mean? When I hear them nigga like, yo, BAD RAS, and I know that's me, bro. You know what I mean? The nigga like, yo, the boss sent for you. The boss said forward. I say, yeah. I pull up, bro. I pull up, go over the HQ where they have the sound system, bro. Big HQ, man. Everything's just pretty, bro, and everything. And he told me, from now on, you are the official MC of Jah Creation.
So okay,
Right?
when you got to Jah Creation, Fingers, and who else was on the song at that time? At that time there.
It was Fingers, Dwayne. He was the attacker, younger than me.
Mhm.
I was 17, going to be 18. He was 16. Dwayne and Bram. It was just four of us. It was five of us. We have Johnny, which Johnny was like the early guy who, you know, the boss, right? And him like the boss informer. You know what I mean? When the boss, anything the boss. So we have Johnny. Johnny was like the informer, you know, like you can't touch the button, you can't push up the volume key. Johnny, the man where did that, you know what I mean? So it was four of us. It was me, Fingers, Dwayne, and Bram. It was four of us.
At,
Yeah.
at that time there, and then okay, so you were more one of the coming in to be the main MC at that time there.
At that time, yeah, that was my gig. That's my job. That was my position, to be the main MC. Well, not to be the main MC, but to be the one of the MC. So we need to figure this out, either me or and Dwayne, who's going to be the main MC. You know what I'm saying? Because you know we're young talents, and whosoever work with us, you know what I mean, have that talent that the boss looking for, he's going to be the MC. You know what I'm saying? But we have to work for it. It's not something that we're just given to us. We got to work for that. We have to convince him, because he's a billionaire. He got so much money. He don't even give a damn. You know what I mean? Because the sound did not make for a war song. The song was made for him and his people. So when they go to the country, they listen to some dub plate and listen to a big sound. This song was not made to go do no event, like Splash event. It was not made for that.
It wasn't made for that at first.
No, it was made for his personal sound. Like, you know, some rich man, them just have a big property and them just call it one of them syndicate, and everybody go, they, you know, who nyam goat, who nyam chicken, who are vegetarian, who nyam fish, and the chef just they are cook and big sound a play. That was Jah Creation. That Jah Creation wasn't made to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
we convinced him to do so,
to take it on the road.
Yeah.
So even that first weekend you went to go play the song, no, was that a big dance, or that was just one of the local, not even a local dance, that was just a man dance at that time there?
That was, to me, it was a big dance. To me, it was, but it was not about Jah Creation. It was about a song named Delta Force. Saying they do a song, they do a dance named Delta Force. This is what happened is, Jah Creation, the owner, he loved the music, so he have a big place where him keep stage show. Cause Jah Creation is the last person that Dennis Brown do a show for in Jamaica. The last show that Dennis Brown did before he died, it was for Jah Creation. So he was more doing concert more than into the soundclash thing. You know what I mean? So he was doing a dance with Delta Force. See? But for some reason, it's maybe because the way how I approach him or something, him decide like him want me at the camp, or maybe because me a Rasta to or something. You know what I mean? He want me at the camp, but him definitely didn't want the song to be a war song. You see me I say? Until that night with Delta Force, them, because people been hearing about the song, like, you know what I mean? Because they must say, there's a song named Jah Creation, I play these people big dubs, because nobody not playing the dubs in that we're playing. You know what I mean? So the time with Delta Force, I don't know, some of the youth that played Delta Force, I remember him name that time.
That was Sting. Like, if I remember good, was it Al Pacino? Pancho was on it. Wicked was on it. There was a couple more of them on it too.
Pancho, that youth, yeah, daddy. Yeah, man, Al Pacino, them youth, them was playing it. The man, them are going with themselves the night, blood. And the man, them say, these are the man, them were really turned we in our splash sound, brother. Because the man, them start a war at night, the blood.
Mhm.
The man them start a war a night and get them head bust. Because I don't even know the dub plate them blood. See,
Mhm.
that night was my first competition war dance. And that night, bro, I bust them head wicked, bro. And them time people like asking who, because remember, me fresh around there, you know, me just go around there for the dance. Them just send for me for the dance. Nobody knows me. You know what I mean? Me fresh. Blood.
Mhm.
Me, I'll jump off of the stage and jump into the crowd and the people them catch me and put me back on stage. You know them style, eh? Yo, that type of determination there. You
Mhm.
see me? But after that, he realized, like, no, man, I have a bad sound.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's when people started to spread out the word about Jah Creation, and then the other dance them start to come, then me and Pieces, and then Kill Pieces, and then me and
Okay, but
Rockstar,
hold on.
Kill Rockstar.
But you got to talk about like the piece, because remember, if you're saying Mobia, Pure Playaz was like the big juggling song. PCs would
Yeah.
juggle, but they were more the clash
The war
song when it
song.
came to, yeah, man, defending Mobia. That's who you're gonna send
Yeah.
for Froggy and Striker
Yeah.
and them, man. You know what I mean?
Froggy and
So how
Striker,
did
them
you
man them
guys
no
buck?
play.
Mhm. So how
Excuse
did
me?
you guys buck up now as Jah Creation? How did you guys buck up with that song then? Now?
As Pieces and Jah Creation.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody book a dance in the arcade. I think that was 1998 or 99, but it was not that long since I joined the sound. It was that time,
Mhm.
like 1999, you know what I'm saying, or 98. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Did somebody book a dance in the shoes market in Mobile? I can't forget that dance, and Striker them are going with themselves, bro. Them and them just start going with themselves, and I say, all who say war, you know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck it, me name BAD RAS, I'm ready for war, I'm in the business. You know what I mean? Yeah, them start the war, bro. Hey,
Mhm.
that's why Striker them you them never like me, because me make them get fire from the sound there. Me make them get fire from a sound, because them shouldn't start no war, and them start war and dead. Me bust them head in the Jenna. Saying it was a juggling dance.
Mhm.
Saying Striker them start the war and dead. Saying the man them all stand up on, brother, I can't forget the man them stand up on the console, because you know them time that we playing from turntables. The man, either Striker, we was Striker talking the microphone that time. I think it was Striker talking the microphone, and Fraggy was
Mhm.
mixing. There was an ex-youth named Corey too, something like, I think Corey. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
Corey was the original, and then like the younger youth them would have been Froggy and Striker. But yes, Corey was the big man
Yes,
for them
I
around
think
there.
Corey
Yes,
was the
bro.
big man. You see what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
think Corey was the big man. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying, bro? I mean, I tell you the truth, brother. I'm gonna lock them off, B. Lock them off. Saying, lock them off. You see me I say, and that's how Jah
What did you
Creation
use?
really.
What did you use to lock off PCs at this time here that's so hot and the big bad song in Mobile?
Because the type of dubs them that we have, they have juggling dubs. We have war dubs. They have some little juggling dubs with a little elephant man them, and they scare them, crew them, and these things. And we are hit them with the big people them, You know what I mean? Like the Alcambra them, and you know what I mean, the Sugar Mine at them, and you know, me never afraid to play them. Them come and them play a million Bounty Killer, and me go play a million Ken Bood or a million, you know, them big artists them, you know what I mean? So people look at me like, no, man, this is big league. This is no goddamn small league. You guys are a small league. You know what I mean? Because they never used to cut like foundation songs. Jah Creation is a song that bring that in a clash, differently from Jaro.
Mhm.
Differently from Jaro. Seeing? Differently from Jaro and BS Odyssey and them sound them. You know, and Silver Arc and
As the
Bodyguard
new
and them sound.
the new song, the new
The new
2000 late
sensation.
90s song. Yes.
That's how they used to call us. The new sensation. Jah Creation, the new sensation. So we were the new song, the new Kid and Black, with a bunch of Rasta people on it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it was kind of interesting too, because the type of songs that we played, we don't curse indecent language on the microphone. We don't tell people to suck their mother. We don't do none of that. We dubs them clean, everything clean. So it was amazing. Like you could listen to my clash them in our church, anywhere, everywhere. You know what I mean? So that's what happened with Pieces. And then after they were like, no man, Pieces can't manage a sound. No man, we have to do something bigger than better than that, man. You know what I mean? Like we have to go big.
Because I know
You know what I mean?
you guys had the actual big, you guys had the big sound system too. So it was like, I heard you guys had a generator on a truck for the sound.
Yeah, the sound is too big and it can't use the JPS current like it's like it's too much power, bro. You know what I'm saying? Too much power. We got 40,000 bass. We got 40,000 playing bass on each side, 40,000 watts on each side. You know what I mean? We got the JBL box, the ready-made box that made in Jamaica. You know what I mean? So the sound was too powerful. So anywhere we go, we have two trucks. We standby generator, and we plug in, we reach in, we just plug in 3-wire and the sound start play. You know what I mean? we do a different because back in the days, like sound system used to go like 4 wires to each columns. You know what I mean? The tweet at the top, the bottom, and all of that. We changed that. We go 1 wire to each column, and we have the new tricks. We're the first sound started to use new tricks. You seen? We are the first sound started to do all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we change the game. We change the game to a whole next level, blood. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Right.
So
yeah, when did Juby Speng, which is now Avatar, get involved with the song then?
Well, to be honest, blood, before I reach there, so let me just let you know exactly what's up. Now, we go bigger than Pieces. Now, Pieces can't manage it, right? Before I go to Juby Speng, let me show you how the whole Juby Speng thing started, right? So we go so boom, somebody book a dance named Money, Power, and Respect, right? Jah Creation, Stone Love, right? This dance was supposed to be a juggling dance. But you don't know how Selector head turn already. Selector head chipping at it in the dance and then forgot a juggling dance, right? So before all of that, when I kill Pieces, I spy hire a next selector on the sound named Rubber. So when Rubber come on the sound now, Rubber came to take my position. He did not came to make his own, forward on the sound and make a name for yourself. Him just want to take my position, like he want to prove that him better than me and him better than me, right? So what happened was one time me and Rubber have a little argument, and he must said to me, say, "Oh, yeah, go on like the baddest thing around Jah Creation, so and you boss Jah Creation." Me say, yo, let me tell you something, Rubber. And me, that's the sound in the boss yet. Me say, and me, I kill the sound them. And me kill Pieces. And me kill Delta Force. And me kill anything run up Rockstar. And me I kill the sound them. So I'm me the bad boy around this. See? So he said to me like, yo, what you mean? You know what I'm gonna tell I Spy? So yeah, say, are you boss him sound? I'm like, I'm gonna tell him no. Cause then time me not care no, bro. Me head chipping no. Me say, go and go tell the boss. Me no business. Me care zero if you tell the boss. But me kind of care because the boss head cheaper than mine, you know. It was just a big talk, you know. This is what I'm gonna do, you know. So you're gonna say, you're brave still. Blood clot, yo. But 2 hours after me, this is how Rasta come for me, brother. So Rasta, some money now laugh. Some serious Rasta me, I say blood clot come like them. The general pull out their money out of killing cave, like their money, so their money until things about to go down. You know what I mean? Man, him forward for me start shake up, brother, card I spy on a man to play with. Sight? Forward. Go down the way him sit down and I want to look at chair. Me can't forget. Him said to me, say, me I tell people say you boss me sound. Me say, with all respect, father, and me boss the sound. Him say, what you mean? A year money I spend. Me say, general, to be honest, your money can't play the sound, you know. Me say, money cannot play the sound, and me play the sound. So if the sound boss, and me boss it. You know what the man look at me and tell me, he say, yo, you know what? You're on suspension. You're not playing the sound with Stone Love Dance. So from that time, them start to search for selectors because them are go in at the boss near and I tell the boss, say, me not talented enough, me not bad enough to play the sound too big, the song them too big, me not know them and all of these things. But one thing with him did have faith in us, him said, they will know the songs. That's not a problem. But him not no manners, can I talk to me like a him sound. So that's why him suspend me from the Stone Love Dance. It was not the fact that I don't know the song them. Cause to be honest, I don't know them song. Me don't know them song that sing before me born, brother. You see what I say? So blood clot, all song them when me never hear in my life. So anyway, bro, a dance come by. Stone Love versus Jah Creation. Well, it was not a versus, it was a juggling. And the man told me, like, yo, me not give you no money, me not pay you. You're not allowed to go to the dance. You're not allowed around the zone. You're there on 2 to 3 weeks suspension. Because the way me talk to him. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, the biggest dance of my career, bro. This is what I've been dreaming of, bro. How you just go fire me like that, dads? Him say, wanna move him from here. So you know what, you go in a court and you go out in front of the judge and the judge say, bailiff. Bailiff. Listen me there, move me. You know, say, yo, bailiff, take him out of here. You see me? And that was gonna mash up my brain. I'm like, God damn, man. Can't go play Stone Love dance. The biggest me want to know Weepo, me want know Worry, me want know the big man them, me want know Billy Starter. You know what I mean? They didn't pay me blood. They didn't give me no money. So I remember the dance night, a brethren, which love a youth there to death, can't stop love a youth there. Him said to me, say, brother, you have to go play the song in BAD RAS. Me say, yo, you mad? You know, your Ice Spice, you don't want to see me. You're deaf? When them man they say they don't want to see you, they don't want to see you. You see me? They say, me not going, bro. Him say, no. Him say, you have to go BAD RAS, you have to go. Him say, what you need? Me say, yo, me not no clothes, bro. Me not go down there. You know, I say, yo, dog, bring me down his house, open his closet. Say, yo, take anything you want, bro. Take anything you want. Put on anything you want. Fresh, you know what I mean? When I went up in the dance, bro, I was there. Man, I hear Stone Love a bust Jah Creation head, bro. Like, fucking Billy Slaughter, the look of youth, we thought they might go start war. But what they did, they hire a youth named Ninja, was them call him mixing Ninja to play Jah Creation, right? To take my spot. See? But Ninja couldn't manage Stone Love. Stone Love bust them head and him run away and left the sound. Seeing Billy Slaughter bust them head, I bust everybody head around the sound. See? So it was 1 hour. I remember every sound have to play 30 minutes, 101. You know what I mean? It became a splash. It was not a splash now, but now it is a splash. You know what I mean? So I'm at the back and I see our fingers. Him hear that I'm there. Fingers like, he hear that BAD RAS there, and he come look for me and him find me and him like, yo, BAD RAS, you have to come around the sound. You have to come play the sound. I say, yo, you mad Ice Spy, tell me not to play the sound. I mean, I'm go on the man sound. It was so bad that Ice Spy left the dance because Stone Love win the dance by every rounds, bro. I can't forget, my brother. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. So Finger said to me, let's go play the song. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Where am I going to kill me? He only can't fire me again. You know what I mean? What else the kid do? You know, I mean, you're not going to kill me. So I went around the song, bro. Brother, dance ram in Pure One that happened. Pure One, dance ram, bro. That was 2000. That was early. That was 2000. 2000, right? In the year 2000, right? I go around the sound, say my prayers, because them time I used to say my prayers like Psalms 35 from start to finish. You know, played my castle, Lord, fight against those who fight against me, take hold of my shield and buckler, and I go straight down into the prayers and I pray and I pray and I pray with my eyes all closed and everything on the microphone. And I opened my eyes and the whole place was lit, man. Everybody was burning torch because people know that I am the killer around the sound. People know like a BAD RAS is the man for the sound. And I'm here when I hear Stone Love telling everybody like Billy Slaughter like clap Jah Creation next time around, man. Good sound, man. Another good sound, but no talent. Bye bye. Next time around. You know what I mean? And I took the microphone. I'm like, yo, Billy Slaughter, you're not killing me yet. I'm like, Billy Slaughter, me and BAD RAS, you're not killing me yet. Yo, you can check the dance. Go and check the dance, bro. I use those same exactly word. I said, you don't kill me yet. Yeah, if you kill me, you kill Jah Creation. But if you don't kill me, you don't kill Jah Creation. Me said, yo, listen, it's just 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yo, all who wants to war till 6, 7 o'clock in the year, 2 in the year, everybody goes up. See? Me say, put them down. Me start control the crowd. Me start control the crowd. Me say, and you know, and me say, and people them again. And me say, put them down. See? Me say, Stone Love is just 2 o'clock. Where you going? Me say, where you going? And me play the Wayne Smith. Ain't no reason of saying goodbye. Bumbuckler, that's dog. Me say that. Me say, I'm gonna make a next intro. I say, yo, When me up on the road at the forward at the dance, me hear them people are calling me and I say, yo, forward BAD RAS, cause Stone Lover kill Jah Creation. We this type of intro I'm talking about. I'm gonna play the Shine It on the sea and rhythm. Seeing I found out what I been missing. Dance get wicked now. Dance get wicked now. You remember the street sweeper rhythm? You remember the street sweeper rhythm?
Of course.
Bro. I remember this is when dance turned over now. When we got Jack, the blood like keep it on the street sweep already. I say, I'm on a mission, tell me what is my purpose. I'm on a mission. Who forget mash up? I go get mash up. Who forget? Yo, Muscle. I use 1 hour and 2 hours Stone Love, bro. Lock them off. Lock them off. I became the man now. Me had it done now. Me had it general. When I Spy, they call I Spy and tell him, yo, Jah
And this
Creation,
was the dance with Nico Bam Bam. This was the one with Nico Bam Bam and Billy Slaughter?
Yeah.
This was the one with Nico Bam Bam and Billy Slaughter.
Nico and Billy Slaughter, yeah, blood. Me lock them off, blood. Lock them off. Lock them off. 1 hour. 3 o'clock, me win the dance, blood. And from then, everybody know about Jah Creation. See? So when we answer the thing with Juby Speng,
it was a Stone Love dance.
It was a Stone Love dance. See? So after the song start get more hit, more war. Too much war. Me can't war everybody. You know what I mean? Me can't the one place at the two places at the same time. So we have a war with Jaro and the son of a party in Bermuda with Stone Love. See? So I Spy decided that we need an next MC. So we hear about Juby Speng that was playing Crystal at the time. Or him hear about Jah Creation. I remember how it was. But him forward and me welcome him at the camp and him start play the sound with me. And you know, we are going to do a thing and them send him a Bermuda and me go kill Jaro, me go splash Jaro that night. I think that was the only dance me lose with Jaro. Like Jaro slap out my head that night there. You know what I mean? And
that was hold on. But that's you're talking to that's the one in Scotland.
Yeah, the one with Skateland, he was there. Juby Speng was there. Me and Jaro played so many times, bro. It's just I just can't remember all the dance and blood. But I think that one was in Montego Bay someplace. But I don't remember exactly where that was. But the one with Skateland, me and Juby Speng was he was the one that actually started the war that night in Skateland. But yeah, the one I think that was. Man, I don't remember blood. But anyway, Juby Speng ended up going to Bermuda with Jah Creation and go play against Stone Love. And that was after Skateland, if I'm not mistaken, because Juby Speng never played Jah Creation again. Because this would happen is he went to Bermuda and he started a war at a juggling dance. Because he want to make his own, you want to make his name too, as you know what I mean? Ruin Jah Creation says because everybody just want be the number one selector. You can't blame a man for want to be the number one. But the whole thing about it is I'm the number one. So you met a world one, 2 hour, world one, 3 hour, go and go sit down in a brother. You see? So him go start war and he go start war at Bermuda and him forward and I Spy didn't like it and I Spy fire him. So that was before, that dance was definitely before the one at Skateland. That was definitely before Skateland because Juby Speng was at the dance at Skateland. You know, Juby Speng only played 2 war dance, with Jah Creation. He played Bodyguard against Bodyguard and then he played Jaro. Him not play no, and 3 war dance he play one with Sound Trooper and one with Bodyguard and one with Jaro. Him not playing a war dance with me. You know what I mean? Juby Speng. But that what really happened was we were getting too much dance and so I Spy want the team bigger and that's how Juby Speng come around the sound. You see me? Yeah, man. That's how Juby Speng really come around the sound. But he did come and do him thing.
You're telling me about the Jaro dancer.
Well, the Jaro dance, the big one, the bad one when me remember. The baddest one ever. It was one in that was the first dance where we play with Jaro in a Maroon Town, some place near Maroon Town. Like, you know, that was
Mm-hmm.
I remember that was 2001. I think that was 2001. That dance was wicked, my general. That dance was wicked, 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 bro. Yo, that dance. To be honest, we just war, bro. We just war. We don't even know who win. Me can't say me win or him can't say him win. We just war. We just war. Tell you know when two people fight till they weak out, like you know, you know we just weak. We do like you just fight till you know no more life you fight. You know what I mean? So, and then
Mm-hmm.
that time, then Jara started to give me credit, like, yo, this is a bad sound. We have a bad sound, youth. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I respect Freddie for that because it's not every MC gonna come off and say, yo, you're bad, youth. Wanna continue on the journey, Jah Creations. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, but me and Finger was really the real top man around the sound. We became the top people around the sound. Like Fingers is the mixer and he's the talker. You know what I mean? But the dance where me kill Jaro and kill Mighty Crown, that dance was in Chilani. That dance was a really that the dance like we really put me upon the next level again after the soul of dance. You see me?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
well,
tell me how that dance, what really happened with that dancer? Because that was I know Chilani, D side especially, was a
D
real
side.
war grounds at
Yeah,
one time. Yeah,
yeah,
man.
that was D side. You know, that dance, to be honest, bro, I went into that dance fully prepared because Jaro was doing a whole lot of Jaro was going with himself because them time I never know nothing about custom and these things. Jaro made me know about custom. So be I say, Jaro made me know about custom, bro. You know what I mean? I played Bunny General and them and them. I'm a motor there, but I said, you see it. So that dance was really a good dance. I think Jaro did lock off Mighty Crown. Them lock off Mighty Crown and
Mm-hmm.
me and them go for tune for tune. But the thing about it is like them days, you just have to listen back the cassette to know who win them dance there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can say me walk out victorious from that dance because I get more forward in that dance and my songs them is did more epic because people did tell that Jaro sang them, like them hear Jaro sang them all the times. You know what I mean? The same sang them over and over.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we bring a different thing to the thing, like we play some different type of songs where people not really hearing, and there are some big bad songs. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that dance, like people just have to just listen back the audio and then we say, you know, say Jah Creation they really win a dance, yeah. Jaro they really win a dance, yeah, when you really check it out. Cause I get some real forward there. Like the biggest forward where Jaro get a that dance and when he play the hammer mouth, I thought about anything girl do bad rest I do it too. I get some blood clot forward down. But I say anything woman do bad rest I do it too. Whoa, you never man say I that him use our forward back in the dance. Like, I have a dance wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Freddie forward and Japa sang there, and you know that dance was good. That dance was a good experience with Mighty Crown. You know, Mighty Crown did end up turn off, and me and Jara go tune for tune, and you know, and oh yes, this is what happened. The dance never finished because Freddie tell Ice Spy to suck his mother, and
It was
some
it was that dance there.
yes, yes. That dance never finished. We sang the tune for tune never finished. The rest of them give Freddie some blood clot. Yeah, the man them beat up Freddie wicked, bro. Freddie have to jump the fence and escape, and the man them a run down Freddie with some machete and beer things, bro. But I Spy never tell them to. I Spy never tell the man them to do it. But you don't know if you're this the boss. You know how that go, right? Because we not tell Mr. Harper to suck his mother. You know what I mean? We respect Mr. Harper. Matter of fact, we use that word on the song.
Mm-hmm.
So that would happen. The dance never done because Freddie get beat up, like real beat up. I mean, it was not something to be proud of, but Rasta them beat up Freddie, brother. You see me? Yeah.
So okay, bam, that's a Jaro dancer. When was the first time you bucked up Bass Odyssey? I think you clashed Bass Odyssey twice.
Yeah, we splashed 2 times, and I think we juggled 2 times. The first time I splashed Bass Odyssey, the first time we juggled with Bass Odyssey was in St. Anne's. Up at one place named Higginstown, St. Anne's, not too far from where Bass Odyssey forward from. That was a juggling dance that was wicked, but you know how juggling dance always end up splash. You know what I mean? That was wicked. And we go on ourselves, we go on good, Squingy at the boss. We have to give him respect. The body selector I never play against. No selector I never fear except Squingy. And
Squingy.
it was the only dude that I really did like fear and fear at the same time, the two of them together. You see me? Yeah. But the real dance was in Montego Bay. I think that was 2002. The real clash, the first clash that was in a place called Borg. Borg out of some that night. But that dance, if I really remember good, we they never turn us off because back in the days any song turn off lose the dance, bro. See, we end up them play some songs them and them go on good and them said to me say like, yo, you know what, yo, we killing now, we gone home, you know what I mean? And them turn off and leave, and we keep playing, you know what I mean? So yeah.
So because I remember that dance, even partially the crowd said, listen, if Jah Creation turns back on, they're walking out of this dance here. You understand? And that was Squingy and Mark playing bass Odyssey that night. I remember that dance.
It's true. It's true. That's because Squingy did bring the dance in the lift the bar very high. You know what I mean? But eventually what they want to do is turn us off before tune for tune, because it doesn't matter how you rounds is, it doesn't matter how much you play, it doesn't matter how much you mash up your first, third rounds, you have to go to tune for tune. That's what really called the dance, tune for tune. So then they want to try to turn me off before tune for tune. So yeah, he was telling the people them like, if Jah Creation turn on back, everybody will leave the dance and rare. It was just a work of craft, but we have our support of them too. Or we support at this side, so we want to hear tune for tune. You see what I say? So we end up playing tune for tune, and the rest is history. To be honest, that dance was I think there was an ex selector around BAD RAS. It was not just cringy, it was an ex dog that talking the mic. Him did have left it. Him couldn't manage me.
It was Worm. It was Worm. Squingy,
was Worm.
And Mark around the sound that night there.
And Mark around the sound that night. So it was Worm that talking the microphone and then Squingy forward and lift the bar very high. And we were young and brave, you know what I mean? We didn't afraid. We just didn't afraid. We said for war. You know what I mean? But the dance that Squingy really gave to me was the one that in Ocho Rios into a club. I don't remember the name of that club, but that dance
probably was that the Amnesia dance?
Amnesia dance. Yeah, that was the Amnesia dance. So he turned off. He's like, you know what, Jah Creation on the win. Because it was too much song, bro. Like he can't shut me off. He just want to shut me up, but he can't turn me off, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what, fuck it. You win. I'm out. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Because you guys were thing there, because even I think you guys clashed in D-side Trelawney one time too. And there was a point of the dance where they were leading the dance, but you wouldn't turn off. You kept turning on the mic and keep talking and wanting to play.
Yeah, that was in D-side. Yeah, that was D-side. I remember that dance too where Squingy forward and I come talk about, hey boy, BAD RAS, everywhere me go, me see you and I see him black hat. You let our yeah, I fuck up the dance. And I say, no, watch him, man. Everyone we go, me see the man that the same black hat. Oh, no, millionaire and boy, you know the same black hat. Yo, but that dance, me makes Squingy have a fire over and shake me and I say, you're the baddest blood clot thing me see play sound. You see when him get the forward and him mash up the place, me forward in and me say, Squingy, oh, you know, say the same black hat me have on every dance. Black are my favorite color. You know how much black hat me have? How you know which one me have on tonight? Saying, I'm gonna play the Junior Kelly. Black, that's my color, black. That's my color, that's my everything black, shoes black, everything. You know, I sang the from Junior Kelly and because mash up the place and get the counteraction wicked. You see me? I say, General Forward, I say, wicked counteraction. That's why you see you there was the only selector like really forward, different from Trooper, but really forward and tell me say you're bad. That's what I say. And you don't know, the rest is history. The dance them the people can't go listen to them. I mean,
now man, Squingy's bad on it. Okay, since we're talking about, we brought up now Trooper now. There's a dance that has a lot of controversy around it, all right? The Song Trooper, I think it was either the Song Trooper Jah Creation or the Song Trooper Jah Creation Snow White. Which dance was it?
Yeah, it was Song Trooper Jah Creation and Snow White. Yeah.
What happened? I want to know from your point of view, because I've heard Trooper's point of view. From your point of view, what happened?
Chupa lie, you know. That blood clot boy the name Chupa. He lie, you fuck if Chupa tell lie pan a dead jackass and get up and kick you, you know, brother. The man lie, you know, brother. The man say make we run, we left the sound, left Jah Creation, run, we left the sound, the whole of way. Because this is what happened is. What happened with in D side, in the same land with Freddie, you remember, right? So, Juby Speng and Chupa is going at it. I don't know what happened, blood. I don't know what happened, but Juby Speng fling one cane bomb, because you know Juby Speng eat some cane. And him fling the cane and lick Chupa in his face. See? And from there, so brother, the thing just start, brother. Just be a gunshot and be a thing and be a thing start going on. But eventually, none of us don't. I don't remember Rona left my sound. I don't remember none of that. I don't remember I Spy. See it?
The word on the road and what I see people even outside the Trooper is saying, yeah, man, the man them had to lift up and leave the song. So I'm not, but they directly said you and some more man around the song had to lift up.
Bro, that's what Trooper was saying, but that was not true, because at the end of the day, bro, we roll with Entourage, and this is D side, bro. And you're talking about Jah Creation, blood. You're talking about I Spy that roll with 200 man, bro. See? Trooper just forward down there with 5 people, bro. There's no way Trooper can make we lift up left the sound, bro. See? I mean, if shut a bus and people are gonna look for cover, of course you're gonna run for cover. You're no Superman. You fucking me no transformer because you shut a bus and go push up my chest. Of course, me I look for cover, but end of the day, me I look for cover behind the sound. Me not run or left my sound. You know what I'm saying? We don't run or left the sound. You know what I mean? But Trooper make it seems like we run or left the sound, and Trooper. I hear the interview with Jimmy Spliff. Trooper said him could even put the sound. Him could have put Jah Creation in a for him chuck and carry back at all. The rest of them, God. Yo, Trooper said him could have put Jah Creation in a for him chuck and bring and gone back at town with it. The rest of them, bro, that could, bro, listen, never, bro. You see what I'm saying? And then he's like, you think I'm Freddy? You think I'm gonna beat up Freddy and I can't beat? Yo, or do you think I'm blood clot Freddy? I gunshot it, or do you think I can't box me up like I'm gonna box up Freddy and random I go on himself and I go on a bag of things, you see me? Yeah, but we never really run or left the sound, bro.
Was that the dance where Trooper called you guys Man Creation? That was a dance.
Yeah, we call it just Man Creation. I'll be a fucker. Yo, them, I don't know, man. I don't know if Jah Creation name was just easy if you counteract or something. I don't know. Yeah, I say, yo, Man Creation, everywhere you go is a bunch of man. Same I said. Like 200 man to blood clot. But Trooper always have problems because, again, Trooper complaining that every time we have a bunch of man. So when we go to Boom, I'm a Splash Trooper in the same club in Ocharias, right? I got my woman, and my woman got like 10 sisters, right? And all of them was there cheering for the sound, and then Trooper having a problem with the woman. Them like, I want to them little blood clot pig here. Like, you know, like this the woman wanna say, them 3 little blood clot pig here, and I go out with himself and this the girl. Them, so I said, Trooper everywhere. Like, we always have a problem for Trooper. If it's too much man, a problem. For too much woman, a problem. You know what I say? Yeah. But yeah, that dance is Snow White now. Snow White get turned off quick, man. Down like, now, who's this white and this black nigga? Like, dog, this is Jamaica. You don't play like that in Jamaica, blood. Them get turned off quick, man. Quick. You know, it's like they weren't even there. The people didn't come to hear Snow White. They would come to hear fucking Jah Creation and Trooper.
Two more of those early 2000 dances I want to go through before we move forward here. Firelinks. I remember watching a Firelinks clash where this is where you guys were playing tune for tune, and where the video ended was where Link said to you, if you talk one more time, you fuck butt here. Something like that. And you turned around and said it to him too, and you guys just froze. Everybody was just frozen for a minute. I'm not saying anything.
I don't want to talk because I say, but me don't want to say nothing because me no nobody man. Because but the end of the day, me have to talk because me I say, you know what, fuck that yeah man, that not work here tonight.
Yo,
me I think, me I
too
think,
random just froze.
yeah, because me I think about it. I'm like, should I say something? You know what I mean? Because the man say, if you talk one word, you fuck back to me. I say, but him never tell me like you can't. You know, it was not a like he said. If you talk in 1 more second or 2 more minutes, so me just wait maybe 1 3 second or 5 second. You know what I mean? And then I say something. But that dance was very competitive. That dance was so wicked, man. Because Firelinks was Firelinks, bro. That's Firelinks, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, like every song that I clash, I have respect for them. I got respect for these selectors because I know these are selectors who been there before me. These are selectors that I grew up listening to, and now I'm competing with these guys. You know what I'm saying? So that dance with Firelinks was wicked, bro. The song for song and the tune for tune. Look, man, that was like one of my best dance ever, bro. Serious.
Okay.
That was like one of my best dance ever. And tell Firelinks try to talk about him. I go walk out with the people them, and him try and like 10 people walk with him. And when we were our time to play, we played the Lucian. Oh, this is what happened. This is what happened. He played a White Cliff. He played a White Cliff, singing over one of Bob Marley's songs, right? And I'm like, yo, Firelinks. He said, me, I look for your artist to sing over one of Bob Marley's song. You know who me Jaffa? And I play the Ziggy Marley. You know what I mean? That's how competitive that dance was. Like if him go high, me go higher. If me go higher, him go higher. So you know what I mean? That dance was really, really, really mad. So yeah, him play the White Cliff John, and me play the Ziggy Marley. I said, yes, him dead, him dead. You know? And yeah, man, and thing, and you know, when him tried to walk out of the people them, me play the other one. I said, come let me chase those crazy ballets out of town. You know, that was the next Ziggy again I played. It was like every move he make, me did it with him. Every move he make is like, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, that dance of the wicked. A dance did it. All them splash them did it so people can go listen to them and you know see who really win the tune for tune that time. But because them times it was not like now where you play for 15 minutes and 10 minutes and them say you win and that and them think there was not like that. You play for tune and who say win, who say lose, and we gone home. And if we say we think we lose, we lose. If we think we win, we win. You know what I mean? That's it. We just have to be fair with the thing, you know what I mean? And say, yo, he played better. You know what I mean? But he never listen, the goal was to turn off a song. That times 25 years ago is which song lock off loses clash. And we always keep playing. They never lock us off because you're gonna try to run without a song. You can't run without a song. We name song. Number one, you don't have no money. You own Firelinks. I Spy who own Jah Creation. You know what I mean? It's a whole different level. You see? It's a different level. Firelinks are your sound, but this is I Spy sound. See? Them man are rich. Them man have money. You don't have no money. You just a little youth we are trying with your song and you go and good with your song. But when it comes to song, don't try to run me out a song. Me not say I was talented more than him. He was a better selector than me at that time, but I didn't care because the guns them were me a boss. Him now boss them gun there. And you know saying a splash a who boss the bigger gun. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and go like me are the baddest selector ever. But I can sit here and say I was one of the baddest selector ever. You know what I mean? You see me? Yeah. Yeah, bro. Logic. I'm not gonna tell nobody that me the better than Squingy and all of them, but me the bad enough for me and them on the same stage.
To get you there. That makes sense. And this other one was, I think this was like overloaded or some loaded dance with
triple loaded.
Matterhorn. Yes, triple loaded.
Triple loaded. Yeah.
Okay. Matterhorn now. This is where Matterhorn went in wicked in this dance. What do you remember about this dance here?
Well, I remember that dance that Matterhorn, as I said before, every song, every selector that I clash them with a respect that I know these are bad selectors. I know that I'm gonna expect to win. I wanna win, but if I lose, that's it is. You know what I mean? But Matterhorn, you know how him stay already with him look joking and him like talk and people laugh and you know what I mean? But that dance, brother, I didn't play too much because there was too much selector at the time around the sound and everybody have to get them little intro and thing. But that dance with Matterhorn, if I try to remember good, bro, I think that dance didn't finish either because Matterhorn did I go on wicked still for sure. Him did I go on wicked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Him did I go on wicked in the dance. It was more like Dwayne was the one that mostly playing the sound that night. You know what I mean? I was playing, I played, you know, but it was mostly Dwayne that was playing the sound that night, talking the sound that night with Bram. Me and Fingers was not too much involved. We were there, we were playing. It's not like we don't play the sound, you know what I mean? But I don't remember much we going to triple loaded, but I think that night there's Matterhorn going better than we, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man.
I think
Because Matterhorn, I remember Matterhorn response. You guys were Mobia, but Matterhorn response from Mobia same time too.
And it was
had a style that you couldn't. It was hard to go wrong. That style that he had.
True. It was a next sound there too. It was
Adonai.
God damn, man. That's Adonai. Yeah, it was Adonai. Adonai did turn off, and me and Matterhorn go for tune and thing. But I'm going good at night. I'm not lie. I'm going good.
Mm-hmm. And did the song start? Did you actually fly out on Jah Creation, or was these were more all Jamaica dances you did?
These was all Jamaican dance we did. We have a lot of overseas dance was coming up, like a lot of overseas dance. But until then, the boy them running pan Ice Spy, and the rest was history.
Mm-hmm. You know okay, so you guys were just about to start going on the tour.
Yeah, we were going on tour. We were going. We had a big tour. We'd have Kenya, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, but that was a real tour where we're gonna ship out the sound. We were taking the sound with us, contain out the sound, and we'd have some more dance book in New York and some most places where promoter work. But Ice Spy was telling us like Ice Spy didn't ready yet for the sound to go far in it. Ice Spy didn't want the sound to do more damage at Jamaica than before him start fly out the sound. You see me? I say, but eventually it never get to happen until the police them run in, and you don't know, the rest is history. After that gone, you know, you don't know the factory, everything locked down, the store them locked down, everything just locked down because the boss gone. You know what I mean? Everything just, you know, everybody gone, all the Selector them leave, and you know, I was still living at the house that he gave to me because I was living around there. They gave me a house to live, and I was still there. You know what I mean? They didn't tell me to leave. I was still there because I'm BAD RAS. I'm the one that bust the sound, and you know, people look up to me, said we, and youth them look up to me, and you know, it happened when so now them send him out of the country and them gone with him, and me said, yo, this look like him now come back. So I end up being with a woman, and she working at sport books, and them send for our work at Costa Rica, and I was in Jamaica still. You know, I'm getting my pay, like them still pay me every weekend, but the sound not playing. And I mean, every Friday I go and pick up my check and thing. You know what I mean? But and then, you know, she tell me like, yo, come to Costa Rica for a visit. And I'm like, fuck it, where's that place? I don't even know. I don't know Costa Rica. When she tell me she's going to Costa Rica, I never know that the fucking place called Costa Rica. You know what I mean? And she tell me like, you know, she introduced me. She invited me here. She bought my ticket, and I came here, bro. And the rest was history. You know, I meet a guy, a black youth, the first time I went out to a party here. Like, she tell me, yo, them listen to reggae music here. I'm like, really? But it's a Spanish country, blood. You know what I mean? So I'm like, listen to reggae. You came, you know Costa Rica. So, you know, I'm like, reggae music in a Spanish country? I'm like, all right, cool, that sound dope. I mean, that sound like me can stick around a little bit. I come for 2 weeks, blood, and 2 weeks end up in 2 years, and 2 years end up in 17 years now. But you know what I mean? You know, the youth introduced me to I meet this black youth because I want to smoke some weed, and I see this first black youth, and I walk up to him, and I'm like, yo, blood, where I can get some weed for buy? And him tell me like, yo, yeah, Jamaican. And I say, yeah, man, my name BAD RAS. And when I say BAD RAS, the youth pause. It was like, BAD RAS? I mean, I say, yeah, man. I say, he's a selector from Jamaica. Him say, BAD RAS from Jah Creation. I mean, I say, yo, you know Jah Creation? And I say, where are the dog? Costa Rican youth, you know, them talk patois, you know, them, you know. But I say, where are the dog? I be a sound, me listen to the soundclash, you know, I'm a middle, BAD RAS, you kill Stone over and he start introduce me to his cousin, because his cousin like the biggest DJs in the country at that time, and even now. And him start tell them like, yo, you have BAD RAS play Jah Creation, and you know, him start push me in, put a little show them, and you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, and I stay around and I stick around, bro, and I Then he told me like, there's a radio station. It's gonna be open up in 6 months. If you stay here, I could get you a job. And I'm like, word, you know what I mean? But still don't have the ability. Like I was so hurt about my career. I was so hurt about everything because I was right there, bro. I was right there. You know what I mean? You know, and every time I try remember about I Spy, it's like me just try to block that out of my head. Like me get sad, me get depressed because, bro, I was all when me work for, bro. Everything when me work for, those group just gone down the drain like that, B. That's what I'm thinking. But I never know that the good work that I put in was still there. People remember me. People knows. People asking about me. You know what I mean? But I'm in this country where nobody really know about with music. You know what I mean? So I decided to stay and I started to work on the radios because I thought my career done as a selector because me young, me not have the ability to say, fuck, me could have go play a different sound or me could have go and run with the sound said way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I came here, sit down on the radio station. Then, 1 year turned into 2 years on the radio station. 2 years turned into 6, 7 years. I spent 7 years on the radio station until they decided that they tired of my ass and fire me.
So even when you got to Costa Rica the first time here, did you ever go back to Jamaica or you never been back since?
Nah, I never go back to Jamaica. No, I went back after 5 years. My first 5 years, I never go back.
You never went back?
No, because I was too upset at the world. I was upset at everybody. I was upset at police, upset at everybody. I just don't, you know what I mean? I just put Jah Creation. It's who knows what I did with Jah Creation knows, but I just leave Jah Creation alone and start a new journey. I came in humble into this country and I start a new journey with myself and the radio station. And then after boom, I blew up again. I don't know if you know anybody win the lottery 2 times. That was me.
And it's crazy in a Spanish speaking country to actually go over there and start doing things over there. That's crazy. 'Cause even how did you even learn the language?
Yo, learning language was hard. It was like the first start, like the hardest thing ever, blood. It was not even learning to walk was so hard when I was a baby. You know what I mean? Because, it's a Spanish thing, bro. But linking up with the people, them, the girls, them, and all these things in the street. And my engineer, Zion, that's still with me from them time till this time. You know what I mean? Them teach me some new words. And then after me start flow, I start talk Spanish on stage and people start like, you know what I mean? It just started to, it just start come natural. Even though I don't speak Spanish like I supposed to because I don't born here. I came here when I was 23 years old. You know what I mean? When I was 23. So, it was still hard, but I pick it up, bro. And I made that effort. I'm like, I put my mind to it and my soul to it. And I'm like, I could do it. And I do it, man. I have conversation now with everybody in Spanish. I talk in Spanish and, you know what I mean? That was like a challenge for me though, to contact, to get the language lock, you know what I mean? Which I could have a conversation now, the girls, them like them help me a lot too, you know what them think they like, you need some pum pum, you better learn to talk Spanish because you're not getting the pum pum. You know what I mean? So you better know me say 2 words in Spanish for me, you're not getting the pum pum, yeah.
So even what was your first time going back to Jamaica after 5 years? What was that like now, touching back in Jamaica?
Man, that was like touching back into Jamaica after 5 years, blood. That was 2013. I came here 2006. 7. So do the maths. I think it's more than 5 years.
That's
I think
7
I went
years.
back 7 years, yeah. So that was amazing, bro. When I went back to Jamaica, then I realized how powerful I am. I realized like, damn, blood, yo, BAD RAS my name, G. It's like me lock that out. Like me I work with the BAD RAS, but not that part of BAD RAS, like where the people them know at Jamaica. So when me touch back on the ground and then me start go out some dance and some selector them start see me and them I say, yo, Jah Creation, but no, me start feel back a energy there, like a real energy there, bro. We need to reconnect, bro. I just need to reconnect. You know what I mean? And that's what it was crazy because after 7 years, don't go back to Jamaica. You know what I mean? I was up in my 28, 29 now, about to going over to 30. So, it was a whole different level of, like a brand new experience for me. Because as I said, I came here when I was 23, bro. You know what I mean? So going back at that time was really good, and I went and I take out the sound, play about the, put the sound out there, buy new parts for it, new speakers, and keep. I think I bring Zion here with me one at a
Mhm.
time, and we keep a big party down there with the sound, and it was fresh again. It's like, damn, I reconnect with my people. It was a different, it was a brand new experience again for me. You know what I mean, blood? Because after 7 years, man, it was, So yeah, definitely, man. I like
That's a
going
long
back
time there.
was really challenging, bro.
All right. When
Yeah.
it comes to dubs, Jah Creation have enough dub. There's one artist in particular that keeps coming up. All right. Burning
Mm-hmm.
Spear.
Yes,
People
sir.
are saying that it's fake, it's this and that, that and this. Okay, I heard it, and I'm going to tell you the truth. To me, it doesn't sound real. This is to me, all right? But
Yeah.
this is what I want to ask you now. Were you the
Uh-huh.
one actually cutting dubs, or were people bringing dubs to you, or how was that going when you were
All right,
around
we
this
got
time?
we got dubs both way. We got dubs both way. We got Daddy Shark, if you know Daddy Shark,
Mm-hmm.
right? He was cutting dubs for us, and we cut dubs a lot too, right? But the whole thing about it is that a lot of people don't understand, right? With Burning Spear, let me go into that, right? Jah Creation, it was a Rasta sound, right? Burning Spear don't do dub plate for sound because the whole disrespect thing of sound man telling sound man to suck them mother and this and that and these things them. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the main reasons why Burning Spear don't do dub plate. Saying Jah Creation, I Spy, and Burning Spear are brethren. They know each other from long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I Spy, all of I Spy kids them were they born in sentence. See the contact that I Spy have with people, it not normal. You want me to tell you what I Spy is again? Everybody know who I Spy is. See? Me not fi talk it. You have Ramshi Ram, you have I Spy, so let you know what kind of level me I talk about.
Mm-hmm.
See? Them man, them have the contact with anybody what them need. Any dubs we need, we get it. Any dubs. See what I say? And I think Fingers was the one that cut them Burning Spear. It was not me though. I'm just being honest. That was not me cut them Burning Spear. It was Fingers. Fingers is the one that cut them Burning Spear. And I can't even get Fingers on the phone. I make her say, Fingers, what you say about the Burning Spear? Them real or them fake?
You see, because again, where this is what I gotta say. 90% of the people are saying those burning spears are not real. As I said, I listened to it and it doesn't really sound like this.
And I tell them,
Not
and I say to them, in 2007, 2008, where could you go to get a Burning Spear instrumental if it's not from Burning Spear Studio?
Mhm.
It's not like now you have you have what you call this thing now, Zion? Stitch? What you call it? Stamp. It's not like now you got stamp where you can take out instrument and vocal out of a song. You have to get the rhythm straight from Burning Spear or his studio.
Mhm.
Where would you get the instrumental? How could you get it? Think about it.
I don't know, but again,
And I said to them, I said, okay. I said, tell me the artist. There was a next artist that sounded like Burning Spear. If he's still alive, contact him. All right. You remember when Janai played the Candyman say Bob Marley? You remember that, right? Didn't Candyman came out and say it was me who did that song? That's not Bob Marley. Right? So when the whole thing started on the internet, they must say it's not Burning Spear. I said until the person came out and said he's the one that sing this song, it's not Burning Spear. There was this dude from Q45 that called me and told me, yo, I know where Burning Spear lives. He's right down the road. I'm going down there right now because Burning Spear wife and my friends are good friends. I'm going over there now. I'm going to ask him. But I said, go. I said, when you're at Burning Spear yard, call me. He never come back. He never called me. He never, like, he maybe try and him here. So I real dub, but he never really called me back and say, Ray, but him did insist that him I go prove to the world that the Burning Spear them fake.
Mm-hmm.
Well, him never prove it to me because him never forward back to tell me if him talk to Burning Spear or not. So I say,
honest, Out of 100%, okay? Are you
Yeah,
100% sure in your mind, your soul, your being that these are
real.
100% burning spear? Is it 99% you feel, 10% or
Uh,
100% that you feel?
well, to be honest, if me say 100%, I'm gonna sound biased because I was not the one who cut these songs.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I was not the one who cut the song, but I could say 98% sure that this is Burning Spear.
Okay.
You know what I
That
mean?
I could live with, because my question was this, because I see a lot of people always talking about the burning spear. My first question that I would ask is that
Mhm.
who cut it? If you cut it, then obviously you could tell me the full story of what happened. But
I
if you
didn't cut
didn't
it.
cut it,
I
and
didn't cut
people,
it. So if I didn't cut it, there's a possibility it could be real or it could be fake. But what I'm trying to say is, at that time, I spy and have all the connection of all the people them that we need to get in dubs, and I spy and Burning Spirit them come a long way. So when you roll up and you say, and a man say, yeah, me have a link to Burning Spear, right? And a man call Ice Spy and say, Ray, and Ice Spy come up on the phone and say, General, how much you want? Yo, me not do dub plate, you know. Yeah, but how much you want? You want $1 million US? How much you want? Don't tell me say you're gonna sing like canary, brother. You're gonna sing like a blood clot canary. Because the half away I get to sing that song. You go, yeah, right now, Bounty Killer who make dub plate, you know. Because we never plan to play no Bounty Killer, you know. We not play these things, you know. I remember which sound I tell you say how we are bad sound and we can't play Bounty Killer. How we rich and we can't afford Bounty Killer. And the general say, at that team say, the general say, no, send a bag of money, not to count it. So he come in the Senegal get Bounty.
Mhm.
I'll know Bounty who we sang, you know. I'll know Bounty who we sang, because the amount of money where I Spice and go get Bounty, I'll know Bounty can't stop sing, brother. I'm sing like canary. You know what a dub plate me from Bounty? Eh? Because we cut the songs like album from artists. Albums.
Mhm.
See? Album. You see, Al Campbell and them man, me can play 50 to 100 Al Campbell and these guys, and we cut album, bro. From each artist, we cut album. We don't cut 2 songs and 1 song. We cut album. We cut all of the song that we cut.
Mhm.
So there's a possibility that it could be fake, and there's a possibility that's 98% is real. Because we're not known for playing real fake music, blood.
Mhm.
So me I say, but the concert, the thing is that them say Burning Spear no sing, they'll play for no sound.
Mhm.
It's the same thing that Super Cat was not singing for no sound. Who sounded the first world in the world play Super Cat? It was not even a sound from Jamaica. It was Warrior sound, differently from King of this.
As a modern, up to date sound would have
As
been
a matter
Warrior
of
them.
sound, would be Warrior them, don't it?
Mhm.
So come on,
Mhm.
blood. Just I
Yeah.
mean, you
All right,
know,
that was one thing I wanted to clear up from your mouth to the fans and people watching, because I know that's a big conversation and a big thing around Jah Creation, and I wanted to make sure that we at least put it on the table so anybody, they could walk away with it and think what they want to think, because you said your piece. You understand?
yeah, man, 98% sure that, as I said, if I was the one who cut it, I would be 100% sure. But the whole thing about it again,
Mhm.
Jah Creation, we're not known to play fake dubs. Saying because back in the days, the people them who cut in the dub plate after in the studio them with the artist them. And it's not like now you pick up a phone and you make a call. I say, yo, Ray, and you them go to 3 to 4 people for you get a song. You know, that was totally different.
Mhm.
Then we have to people from the sound, representative of the sound, have to be in the studio or go differently. If Daddy Shark, like I Spy no buy song from every anybody, him only buy song from Shark, Daddy Shark.
What I seen was in about 2020, when Corona and everything, we just got into pandemic. That was the first time I really seen you start to really come around again and said, okay, this is when we're going to start rising Jah Creation. Why the long break, and why did you decide to, okay, 2020 is when you're going to start pushing back out the song now?
Well, with the whole social media thing, I realized that this is a way to get back. And people like, I never know that, to be honest, I said it before. I never know I did so much in that little bit of time, that little bit of run. I didn't know I do so much with the sound. Seeing is when all of these group them start up back, and me start to be in all of these groups, and me start say BAD RAS, and people say BAD RAS from Jah Creation, and like, yo, that wasn't one of the wickedest song ever here, and rare. So it's kind of give me that motivation back to start to get back the sound and play the dub plate them again and make the people them know say, yo, me still alive, me still there, me not dead, me still bad. You know what I mean? The only things that me live in a Spanish country and me I work on a radio station, but me still there. You know what I mean? Until, you know, I Spy, me talk to I Spy and him tell me, say like, yo, just go on the way I do said way. You know, it don't really matter if the sound itself not playing, but you do what you're doing with the sound name on the internet and these things and keep it going. You know what I mean? And if you anytime you're ready, if you go pick it up, take it up. At Jamaica, it's yours. Just do what you want to do with it. That's what I say. It's yours. So me prove that type of loyalty to the boss where he may very tell me say the sound is my sound. That's what I say. And I'm like, me have this in my hand and I may boss this from your 17, 18-year-old. Why not? It's not like me have the ability where me could have called bass of this them, me could have called any other sound, any young sound, me could have called a sound, even King of this them, or some sound in America and say, yo, more play on the sound. But I didn't have that in my head. That if I know Jah Creation is no sound. So I'm like, Jah Creation done, gone. All right, cool. There's nothing wrong with it to be the past. Right? Or the present. You know what I say? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I see a lot of sound, a lot of selector came and gone, and them name live on. Yeah, all right, well, so let it be. I am one of those selector then. That is my path. That is my destiny. You know what I mean? So what really inspired me, I know, if you get back the sound up, is when we start link up with some great guy, wife of the guy, some great people, like, you know, Polyphemus there, man. Link up with Jimmy there, man, Jimmy Spliff, and you know what I mean? And what if I saw what if I more bad selector, I start link back with them and them I show me say, yo, when I look at you, me so go listen to splashing and thing. And me I say, blood the man make it sound like me a 60-year-old Rasta, you know what I mean? Like but what them don't understand, we all were youths at the same time, you know what I mean? It's not like I was older.
You just had a bigger opportunity on this big heavy song is why you seem like you are a bigger man for us.
Yeah, exactly. That's what really happened. And he come to me, I'm like, yo, you know, because we get this big opportunity. Because if you really check it out, Muscle, from Jah Creation bust worldwide, Jah Creation is the last sound out of Jamaica that get that highlight. Which sound out of Jamaica now get that highlight differently from Rough Cut now as a new sound coming up on the blackboard? Which sound get that highlight at that time, blood?
You're right, because it was when I call them the super sounds that came up, it was the Jah Creations, the Cataract, the Little Rock, the Turbophonic. You guys were all part of that crop of those super bad song. Didn't get a long run, but got a short, hot run.
True. And that's run that where people can't forget and always gonna remember. If you in soundclash business, you're always gonna remember these songs that you just called. If you is a man that remember and know good sound, you're gonna remember these sound system them. You're gonna remember say these song was you know, them get a break, man. Like them get a big break. You know what I mean? And I was one of them, blood. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful. I mean, right now I'm here growing up my kids, growing up my son, and trying to make my son turn out something better than I did. But that's the only reason why I would not go back to Jamaica right now and pick up the sound like fully and start bleach again, because I'm a father now, blood. See, I'm 44 now. I'm not 21 and 22. I got my kid. I got, you know, so if I can keep the sound going, I will. But I'm not gonna sacrifice my kid to go put back a sound on the road. You know what I mean? I love the soundclash. I love the whole of that. But right now, my son have bigger dream than me. My son want to be a pilot. See? And an international football player. And he might put himself into that position to do it. And me as a father that didn't get any support from my father, because if I did, maybe I would have been something better or something, you know what I mean? I don't know, but I'm still grateful for who I am, you know what I mean? But this point, me I focus on my youth, me and my daughter, and me and my son, and them me I focus on. If the little bit of time I get to focus with Jah Creation and put it back, I do it. But right now, my main goal is for my kids around. More my youth them turn out to be something, and me have to decide of them. You know what I mean?
For sure.
This is my aim right now. See?
Makes sense.
Being 44 years old.
You understand. You clash with all of the dinosaurs. Ricky Trooper, Firelinks, Tony Matterhorn. And Squingy
all of them.
The only one you never clashed was Black Cat.
Exactly.
How come Jah Creation never bucked up with Black Cat?
Bro, bro, I don't know. We never have that. It was a phone call. I remember where a promoter said, "You're gonna play Panther." I don't
Yeah.
remember having a conversation saying that we're gonna play Panther Blood, and not even a conversation. I don't know what happened. It's not like we turned the dance down. It's not like we did afraid and these things. Nobody never approached us to say, "Let's play this. Let's play Black Cat." And I remember one time me got when I I think the last time I went to Jamaica, yeah, I saw him at a club. I think it was the people must say, man, Rasta no got go club. But yeah, man, it was a go club. Yeah, I think you see, at least me a panta buck up in our go club, you know. I never say, yo, you don't kill me yet, you know. Down at Negril, man. I remember the name of the club, but if people knows Negril, they remember that club name, man. It was a big club down in Negril. It's a go club. But if you come from Kingston and you're Negril, you really have to go to that club. It's just like if you fought from Kingston and you got maybe you got modes or them, you know what I mean? That them type of level. That's how I see Panther, and I say, yo, you know, splash me yet, you know. And I say 5-star general, why, you know? But you know, it just never happened, blood. It just never happened. You know what I mean? Just
wasn't. And who would you say out of all of the dinosaurs gave you the hardest fight out of everybody?
To be honest, like to be really, really honest,
100%.
that I really did fear that was not Squingy. Squingy was like, I did fear Squingy, but the one that gave me the hardest fight ever in soundclash business, Freddy.
Freddy. More than Trooper.
Freddy. More than Trooper. Trooper, I want to rum it, man. I'm not afraid of Trooper. You know? Trooper, I'm virgin still. But I never fear Trooper. I'm virgin, but I don't fear Trooper, man.
It was never Freddy that was.
Freddy was the one that really taught me the game a lot, how to do custom and be careful what you said on the microphone because it may turn back and bust your head. You know what I mean? That was really Freddy. Freddy was bridging. I feel a different storm when I slash with Jaro, brother. Different storm. See? No boy, not I. None of them run BS Odyssey couldn't manage me if it's not Squingy. None of them. See me? It was only Squingy could have really step up to my level. You see what I say? But Freddy, Jaro, calling the Undertaker. Evacuate. Me a pray for them song they don't play. That I tell you.
No, man. Freddy, as a selector, Freddy is extremely brilliant, but Freddy's he is really underrated. But as a selector boss, to go into that Jaro box, Freddy boss.
I don't know why people did not respect that dude like they do, but I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's like the same thing that happened to me happened to him. Like you left Jaro, you're gone and I want your career gone. I want place where you never wanted to go. Like Jah Creation stopped playing my career gone. I want place where I never wanted to go. It's just like the same thing with Freddy, but Freddy was one of the and still is to me, blood. Like crazy you talented him can play the song by himself. You see me I say? That I want next to him did have over me. Me couldn't play Jah Creation by myself. See, that means not that type of selector. Freddy can play the song by himself. You see me I say? Even though him did have worm around him or map head on these youth them. You see me I say? But he was one of the baddest things ever, man. Like when me used to and Jaro go slash, me gonna practice, bro. Me gonna practice. Me gonna practice. Freddy, bro. And him said the same thing too. Him said Jah Creation was the sound that give him the most thing. So I say,
Freddy's crazy. All right, listen. I got a couple more before I get you out of here, all right? Because now, I know that you're an artist also. You sing and you DJ, and most people don't know this because you have a label with some partners called Better Life Productions. And you've been putting out some music videos, some audios, singing and DJing. You have songs with Sizzla, Luton Fire, you're producing other stuff. Talk to us about your musical journey from that side there now.
Yeah, my musical journey from this side, Better Life Production, as I said before, I link up with my brother, you know what I mean, David, you know what I mean, from Israel, you know. And it was kind of crazy because I went to Jamaica 7 years. After 7 years, and after I came back from Jamaica, I remember one time I'm driving my car, but I have this big sound system in my car, you know what I mean? And I was driving and I saw somebody driving me down and pinging the light like bleep, 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 bleep. And I'm like, you know, because me just come back from Jamaica and, you know, me do other things. And, you know, me, I want to say, who the hell is this? Is this police? Like, how them, you know what I mean? Like, them a pull me over on these things. And, you know what I mean? And it was this brother from Israel, you know, David, and pulled me over and I said, yo, brother, I hear the music in your car and you're a Jamaican, and, you know. I said, yeah, well, be a Jamaican when me find out that he's not a cop, you know. You see me? And so me and him link up and we started to link up and him start to discover that I did have a program on the radio same way, and you know, him hear me sing and him I said to me, he said, no man, yo, you're a singer. You good man, you should be singing music, like recording music. So him start push me and start paying for all of these recording segment and tell him I'm link up with some people and link up with this dude called Blue Hamilton, which is a producer from the United States, produced one of the biggest song from Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber producer.
Okay.
The song called Never Say Never. You know that song, Never Say Never, with Justin Bieber and Will Smith. Is Will Smith's son? Will Smith. Yeah, I think Jordan. Yeah, Never Say Never, right? So that dude, you know, we link up with him and we record an album, and he linked me up. Actually, no, we link up with Ronnie King, which is a big producer from LA. 4 times Grammy Award winner. He produced Tupac, Mariah Carey, Snoop Dogg, and I did my first EP with him. EPK. That's
okay.
Yeah, I did my first EPK with him, I think. Yeah. I did my first with him, you know what I mean? And my brother started to push more and telling me, yo, let's record more music, let's do more video. And him flying people from California for do like the videos, because if you check my videos, they are good quality. Him pay for all of that, him flying people, and we did the songs them, and you know what I mean? And yeah, that's how the singing part started with my brother here from Israel. And I remember the first song that I recorded was called Better Life. You know, no more sleeping in the streets, you know, looking for a better life and thing, you know, looking for a better life. And then he was like, yo, Better Life, that's a good name, you know, let's call the company Better Life. So him, you know, and put that together, and we have a company called Better Life Production. We name everything from Better Life. Right now we have the studio, Better Life Studio. We have Better Life Suite. We got Better Life Beers. We got Better Life Village. We got Better Life Radio, online radio. And, you know, we have some Better Life girls too, you know.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah, that's how it is. And I end up linking up with Sizzla, because Sizzla know me from day one, because most of my dub plays them from Sizzla. I don't pay for them because of Luciana, and you know, Luciana's my friend, so we know Luciana from and Sizzla from Luciana. So me and Sizzla are brethren. So when him forward to Costa Rica, I know so yeah, some of them me and him start roll, and you know, and so we did a song together produced by Zion. Zion is a producer, right? Zion is the #1 producer in Costa Rica, so and thing, you know what I mean? So that's how we really start this singing thing, me and David, you know what I mean? And eventually we have a studio. Said this is our studio, Better Life Studio, nice studio. We build this studio, and you know what I mean. So yeah, man, that's how it is.
So a lot of good stuff has happened. Even though we seen you off of the scene, we haven't heard from you for about 2005-6 time is when we didn't really see you again. So in between these times, there's a lot of stuff, but you were kind of still in the music, just not the soundclash scene. Now you got into it as an artist. You're bringing back the song on the road. So you're still here doing stuff right now.
Yeah, brother, of course. Still out here, man. I mean, if you forward to Costa Rica and say, BAD RAS, man, everybody knows me, bro. So that's the next thing again. And it's not just Costa Rica, it's like Central America, you know what I mean? So, and not just Central America, is kind of South America too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I know the thing I stretch Ghana, Africa again, I get that. Europe again, I get that. You know, so it's still there. We are still putting the work. You know what I mean?
Still
Yeah,
making
bro.
a big up. Bad Ras,
Yeah, man.
thank you so much for sitting down with us today, because there's been a lot of people asking, what happened to Jah Creation? Bad Ras, a lot of people now they're going to get to hear the story, your journey, see it the way that you've seen it. You understand?
Yeah, definitely, man. It's a pleasure in a muscle. It's a pleasure, I mean, like, to be here. And, these things them show us, like, we have to just continue to believe and just keep pushing forward, because them say a king is not a king and I'm one in one place. You have to go out there to get your crown.
Mm.
And now, I mean, like, everywhere in the world you get fight if you're talented. People would dare definitely not like you because you're talented and these things. I face these things in Costa Rica as well, but it's not easy for they in a Spanish country for 17 years and still on top as one of the top DJ in the country, like Selector as in the country. So we still are putting in the work. You know what I mean? We have one of the biggest radio program right now in the country and thing you said we so we're still there putting in the work. You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
All
So,
right. The floor is yours. Before I get you out of here, big up anybody you need to big up the radio station, anybody you need to big up, leave some contact info where they could check you out. If they want to book the sound, they want to hear some of your music, they want to book you as an artist, leave some
yeah, man.
contact information before I get you out of here.
Yeah, man. Spotify, Selector BAD RAS. Seeing Google Play, Selector BAD RAS. YouTube, Selector BAD RAS. So me I say, Facebook, said we. I mean, Instagram, Selector BAD RAS. You know what I mean? If you want to check out my thing, and Urban 106 on Sunday, I do a Facebook live and also do a TikTok. You can find me on TikTok as Better Life Production, Selector BAD RAS, said we. You know what I mean? I do a live there, so 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock Sunday morning. Right now, I'm only doing 3 hours on Sunday. Because if you spend so much years on the radio station, you get boring after a time. You know what I mean? So right now, me only doing Sunday, and you can check it out. You can, if going to your Play Store, you can upload, Wi-Fi it down. Upload the radio station Urban 106 FM. You can get it there. So and the only radio station in Costa Rica we play actually 85% of reggae music.
Okay.
And the rest is hip hop.
Mhm.
Seeing? So you can find me this I said way, but yeah, man, Selector BAD RAS all over, man. Right over, man. Yeah, man. You can go on Amazon to and buy me music, them Selector BAD RAS. That's what I say. So thing
See,
right, this way thing there, brother.
any big ups? Anybody?
Yeah,
want
man,
big up
big
or
up me
anything?
general. Big up me general. Better Life Production, Father David. Big up me DJ, Forward Zion. The forward now the camera, let them see your face. Been with me for years and years and years and years. Me I teach him. Me I teach him the soundclash business. And when you can't go in him car and he nah listen. So any soundclash we go on, he might listen. Everyone where I go on, he might listen. When you're going off him car and do soundclash, you see me? He might listen.
Mhm.
You see me? And I'm a shooter said he mix with me pan all of my shows them outside the radio that he mix with me.
Mhm.
But in the radio now, me give a lot of youth opportunity. So me have other youth now where I mix with me in the radio. But him are the engineer in the radio and the engineer, yes, so in my studio, and him have him own studio too. So me I say, but when me get any bookings, I'm me and him. So me I say, yeah, bro. So big up the whole of big up One Link. Me never hear about One Link. Soundsplash group from out of St. Elizabeth. Big up One Link. Big up Rough Cut. Big up El Chapa Sound. Big up Black Champion Sound. Big up Grenade Sound. So me I say. And yeah, man. One time, yeah. One time, you see me. Yeah. Big up, big up Rough Cut. The body sound right now at St. Elizabeth. Big up Rough Cut.
Yeah,
Half a big up Rough Cut. Seeing? Yeah, man.
Definitely. Yeah, I got to big up Tanya Black for actually making the link. You know what I mean?
Sure, man. Big up Tanya and Mama. Yo, Mama, anyway you're there, I big up here from here. Yo, Tanya is Jah Creation from long time, bro. Tanya and Ice Fire are like really cool people. Them know themselves. And Tanya is a girl who used to come out with dance them when she a young girl. I mean, I say she all know, but we all go up in our age. You know what I mean? But she used to forward come listen. Yo, that's Jah Creation. Yo, she's Jah Creation 100. So big up Tanya to make a link here happen. And big up bad Selector out of Canada. My general, 5-star general that are polyphamous. Big up polyphamous at all time. congratulations upon the win the other night with the sound. What them call him? Sound and kill one. You're never relevant, but I say badness. So when I this them still, but you don't know about this. But big up Culture Blend, big up the general there. You see me?
You understand? BAD RAS, maximum respect for sitting down. Let me give your outro and get you out here, because this conversation, epic one, and a lot of people are going to learn a lot and see things through your eyes. You understand?
Sure. Respect me, general. Big up in the muscle. You know the badness. See?
Bam.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinemusichut.com.